Right guys, done all my makeup, had my shave, just got my hair tied up at the moment. I'll probably leave it tied up because I'm going to go and do the car in a minute, so I'll stop it getting all tangled up. Just got to hang my washing out. There's little Sooty down there, he's getting all excited because I've just come downstairs. Hello, hello. Oh, here comes my little Soot. Here's my little Sooty. There, look at that, little ball of fun. There you go. Oh, he's a good boy. He's feeling good, he's feeling all frisky. Right, let's get this. Oh, I need to wipe the seal out first. There we go. There you go. Time to drag my washing through a dirty seal. Right guys, let's get this out. This is all my work clothes, my smalls. That's it, that's all done. Just turn it off. Leave it like that. There, that can vent. Right, that's it guys. It's not too much to hang up. If you want to come with me, you're more than welcome. Let me just shorten the selfie stick so I can put it in the laundry basket, because I can't carry it otherwise. Ooh, twist that like there. Here we go guys. Oh, and up we go. Are you coming up the garden then, Soot? You coming up the garden? Jury's out, he's not sure yet. Snoop's up the garden. What are you doing, Snoop? Go on, off you go. I'm watching you, Tinker. It's not that cold. Very grey, a little bit breezy. Trees are moving about a bit. Whether or not it's going to rain, I don't honestly know. Doesn't look too promising. I'm going to use the patio table to stand my washing on. It'll save me having to keep bending down. I'll put the selfie stick up guys. I'll put it on a short stand so it doesn't fall over. There you go. Right. I'll try and carry this all now without knocking anything over. Bear with me. Oh gosh, it's heavy. Here we go. And if I do it like that, there's the line just behind me. Right, let me get the pegs, guys. Right, all back. The grass is a little bit damp, but not too bad. I'll put the selfie stick up a little bit more. There you go. How's that? Ah, right. So time-wise, it's 7:20 now. I've just been upstairs and woken up Skippy. Told her she can stay in bed. I told her I'll be back probably about 9:30. So fingers crossed I shall get it all rattled off before then. Oh. Then when I get back, I'm probably going to start on my shelving, guys. I want to get it done. There you go. Oops. I think I'm probably going to put my dog's bedding in as well before I go to work. Before I go and do this the job. And then at least that'll be on the go. Right, that's all the bits. I brought my gloves home, my work gloves, because they were so filthy. And I threw those in. These are those sleeves. Do you remember me telling you about these arm protection sleeves? These are Kevlar sleeves. A bit damp, guys, but that's what you do. You stick your thumb through. And it's heat resistant, so you can lean on something really hot and it doesn't burn you. Really good. But I've been using them to protect my arm because I cut my arm the other day and it was really sore. And I've ordered some more of these, but slightly longer version in a grey. They should turn up next week and I'll see what they're like. And if they're good, I might get another pair. These are good, but they don't go up very far. They only go up to about there, and then they keep falling down. I think the elastic part's gone on them, but they are really good. I don't know what Sooty's uffing at. He's looking at me, but just going uff. I'll just bring the table a little bit closer. That's where we are, guys. There you go. Right, and that's just my works bra. That's one I use for work. Right, 2 gloves. Get those up. 1, 2. Right, that's all the socks and pants, guys. That's it. And there we go. A little bit closer to the kennel. Oh, lovely. So far the day's going okay. I half expected to wake up and find it raining this morning. So this is a bit of a Brucey bonus. So I need to get this card done and get inside quick today. That did start to spit with rain last night when I was doing the brake pads on my sister's car, but only spit spotty, so that was okay. That didn't progress from that, so that was really good. I have got to the stage now where I don't really, if somebody asks me about buying a car, I always leave it up to them. I always recommend they go for a particular thing, like I recommend they go for Japanese cars because of the reliability. But at the end of the day, it's your money, and it's up to you what you want. And so I can only advise people not to get certain things because I know the issues. But it's up to them whether or not they listen to me. Now, my sister's one in point here, guys. Because I've always said to her, do not buy diesel. It's a no-no. You just don't do it. You can get them cheap. That's why she's done it. She's got herself an automatic Mini Countryman diesel. And I said to her, you shouldn't have got the diesel. She said, I know, she said. But I rest my case. At the end of the day, it's her money. It's what she does with her money. It's up to her. So she might be lucky. She might not. But what can I do about it, guys? So that's what I do now. I just advise people what to get and then I leave it up to them. I have in the past where people have totally disregarded me and they've come back to me and said, oh, I've got a problem with my car, will you have a look? And I've turned around and said to them, well, what did you buy? And they tell me what they bought. And I said, well, I told you not to buy this and I told you not to do this. No, I'm not going to work on it. So it's up to them. I won't do that to my sister because my sister's my sister and I'll look after her regardless. But if it's just a friend who hasn't taken my advice and they've gone out and bought exactly what I've told them not to buy, then I'm not interested. If they come to me and say, will you do a job on my car? I go, no, it's your problem, you sort it out. But the good thing is I used to, but I don't do private jobs anymore. I used to do them years and years ago, guys, but I gave up. It just ruined your week. You had a whole week at work and then you came home from work and then you had a whole weekend of working again. Yeah, it's not fun. Right, we're nearly done. Just the socks, guys, and we are there too. Doesn't really matter what order these come out. I just hook them on the line, guys. These are only socks. I've got a whole drawer full of socks. Right, that's it. That's all my washing that I've done so far. I'm going to put the dog's bedding in now. I'm going to do a little bit of washing up and then I'm going to shoot off out because I want to get round to the to do that job. So I'm going to have to put the selfie stick away now, guys. I don't know if I can get all this down. I might be able to do it. Let's do it like this. I'll leave the peg basket there. I'll leave it like that. Oh, the grass is soaking wet. I've only got my slippers on. You hear those pigeons? Right, here we go. Go on in, you tinkers. You are good boys. Go on in. Right, the dogs are just in front of me. Go on in you go. Good boys. Right, we're in, guys. There. Let's get those dog blankets. There's my socks. I'm going to put my socks on in a minute and put my white boots on. And then I'm going to nip out. Right, there's the dog's blankets. Mind yourself, guys. And there's a couple of blankets in the front room I want. Right, here we go. Right. There you go. I've still left the telly on. Telly's on all the time. I'm not necessarily in there watching it, but if I make a cup of tea, I go and sit down, watch it for a little while, drink a cup of tea, and off I go again. Right, here we go. There you go. Sooty stood there watching me. Hiya, Soot. Hiya, fella. I can see you wagging your tail. I can see. Right, there you go. Right, let me turn that on. Right, wash machine's on. Right, a little bit of washing to do, guys. I'll shut the back door, then I can put the selfie stick there. You stay in. Sooty's getting excited because he thinks he's going for a W. There you go. I haven't got too much washing to do today. Hello. Hello. Right. Right, here we go, guys. I have got some overalls to take up with me, so don't panic. I'm not going to get this all dirty. I've got some big, thick, heavy-duty overalls that I use. They're all lined, they're all fleeced inside, really nice in the winter. But I do try not to work on vehicles in the winter, guys. Those days are over. If I've got somebody who's got a car that needs servicing in the winter, I try and stretch it out till it gets to the warmer weather and move it on so I get the better weather. Right, let's get this washed up, guys. Right. So I've had all I'm going to have at the moment. I'm not going to have any more to drink or anything until after I've done said car, because I don't want to end up having to go backwards and forwards to the toilet all day. When I was a young schoolboy, I used to help my dad work on his car. My dad, he used to take his car to the garages, but he was always moaning about how much they charged him, and that they'd replace the spark plugs and they didn't need replaced and things like that. And so my dad booked himself in at a local school where they did evening classes for adults, and he took a car mechanics course so that he could service his own car. That's why he did that. It was very good. It helped him do what he wanted to do. And that was my first introduction into working on cars. I was probably 13, 14, somewhere around there when my dad did this. And then when my dad wanted to service his car, I'd go and give him a hand, because I was interested as well. But I was only a schoolboy, so I was learning. And that's where my love of vehicles came from, I suppose, working with my dad on his car. There was one instance, and my dad had, I don't know if you can remember these, it was a Hillman Avenger. He bought it brand new, 1974 Hillman Avenger 1.3, It was a deluxe, had a black vinyl roof. It was maroon with a black vinyl roof. I think the interior was like I think it was a beige interior. We bought this thing, and they used to rust for free, these cars. They didn't last long before the rust started coming through. It was a lovely car. My dad started doing the servicing. After the first year, he started doing your own servicing. The warranty back then was 12 months. 12 months warranty, then it was down to you. And so my dad then started doing the servicing. And the first service he did, he decided he was going to adjust the tappets. The tappets are the valve clearances on the top of the engine. So he got the book, he bought the owner's manual so he knew how to do it, and I helped him do it. And he did these valve gaps, and then he went to put the top cover back on the engine. It's called a rocker cover, and it's got a cork gasket. Now he was very good and he bought himself a new cork gasket. And he went to put the cork gasket on, and he said to me, "Silly buggers." I said, "What's that?" He said, "They've given me the wrong gasket, it doesn't fit, look." And so he had this rocker cover laying on the bench, and he was offering this new gasket up, and the holes were out, they didn't line up. So he said, "Hop on your bike," he said, "cycle down to the garage and see if you can get it swapped for the right gasket." He gave me the receipt, so off I go down to the garage where he got it from. And I went into the parts department and I said to him, "My dad bought this the other day, he told me it's the wrong one. Have you got the right one, please?" And they had a look, looked at the receipt, and they said, "Well, no, that's the only one they do." And so the bloke said to me, "Hang on." He said, "I'll get a rocker cover." So this bloke went and got a rocker cover, brought it in, offered the gasket up to it, and he said, "No, look, it's perfect." And he turned the gasket over, and he was 180 degrees out. And I saw what he did. He turned it over again, sort of, instead of just turning it over, he turned it over end to end, and then offered it up, and it lined up. And I thought, the penny dropped as soon as he did that. I thought, oh no, my dad had just offered it up wrong. He hadn't rotated the gasket in the right orientation to get it to fit. So I went back to my dad and I said, "Yeah, I've got the right gasket now." I didn't tell him what he'd done. And he put the cover on, that was fine. The next morning, my dad went to work before I went out to do my paper round, and I used to keep my push bike in the garage. So I walked into the garage to get my push bike out, and laying on the floor was a really large spanner and a nut just laying on the floor. And I thought, that's a bit unusual. So I didn't think any more of it until my dad came home. And then I said to my dad, "I found in the garage on the floor a big spanner and a nut." I said, "Do you know what it is?" My dad had one look at it and he went, "Oh no." And what he'd done is, when he did the valve clearances on his car, he used a large spanner to rotate the engine and line the valves up so he could adjust them, and he forgot to take the spanner off the bottom pulley. So when he started the car up the next morning to go to work, the spanner unspun the nut and the spanner fell off. He was really lucky his crankshaft pulley didn't fall off. But yeah, whoops. And I've seen that done again since then, quite a few times now. So, and it is a good way. You've got to be brave to do this though, guys. If you've got a crankshaft pulley bolt that is so tight you can't undo it, you can actually do it on the key. What you can do is you can put something like, I wouldn't recommend you do this. Don't try this at home, please, because it's a bit dodgy. We usually do it with two people when I'm at work, so that we can keep control of the situation. But what you do is you put like a long bar with a socket on the crankshaft pulley bolt that you can't undo, and you wedge the bar against the chassis leg of the car. Then you get somebody else in the driver's seat just to flick it on the key, so the engine spins over on the start mode and it will crack the nut off and you can undo it. But it is very dangerous, so do not try this at home on your own. If you've never done it before, I don't recommend you try it. But it does work. In a controlled situation, it works really well. Not always, but it's 9 times out of 10 it does work. Right, guys. I've just got 3 plates, 3 bowls, dog's dishes and we are there. That's all I'm going to do. And I'm going to pop the socks on, put my work boots on, get my overalls. I've got the bits here for my ex-partner's car, and I'm going to nip out and get that sorted out. Lovely. I'd like to think the sun's going to come out, but it doesn't look very hopeful. It just looks very grey, guys. I think it is supposed to rain, but I think it's supposed to rain later on today. So if my washing does dry on the line, it's a bit of a Brucey bonus. And if it doesn't, then I'll just have to pop it in the tumble dryer. And I've got the dogs bedding in there now, and the blankets out the front room. They're all in the washing machine now, so I'll get those done. And again, if it rains, they can go into the tumble dryer. So this tends to be about as much as I do on a Saturday in the way of washing. Most of my washing will be tomorrow, which will be my towels and my bedding tomorrow. The big items, and they do forecast a better day for tomorrow, I believe. So that might work in my favour. But I think next week is forecasted nice. I got a lot of lovely comments about Snoopy asleep on the sofa last night. He was cute. And he snores. He's quite a heavy snorer. And I bet you anything you like is probably in the front room again. On that sofa again. I don't know, the duvet will probably still be on the back of the sofa. If I pulled the duvet down on top of me, he wouldn't move, he'd stay there. And he's always been like that from a puppy. When I had him as a little puppy, he used to love laying on the sofa, and I used to throw a blanket over him, and he'd stay there all day. He would not move, he just loved it. He curled up, he just loved it. He loves the warmth. Even in the summer when it's really hot, he goes and lays in the sun. And you touch him, he's red hot, but he loves it. Now Sooty's the opposite. Sooty gets really hot really quickly and he can't stand the heat. Possibly because he's black, I don't know. But yes, he loves the cold. He'll go and lay by the back door, by the front door, on the lino floor, places like that, just to try and keep cool. So, yeah. Right. That one. One more, guys. Oh, and I got a cup and a bit of recycled to wash up, and that's it. We are done. That new washing machine is lovely and quiet. I don't know if you can hear it. It will only be noisy if the drum's out of balance. It does this thing where it will spin the load, and if the drum's not balanced right, it stops and rotates the other way until it tries to balance the load. And sometimes when it's out of balance, it'll be a little bit noisy. But other than that, it's lovely and quiet. A really quiet washing machine. My other washing machine I've still got. Nobody seems to be wanting that, and I can understand it because it's a very small drum. If it was the bigger drum, I think it'd be more sought after. But I'm hoping that will sell. Where's this going to go? Put that there, look. Last one. I'll treat myself to a new sponge. My sponge is getting a little bit threadbare now. I think this will be its last hurrah. I'll get a fresh one out. Right, that's it, all nice and clean. That can go in the bin. That's gone. That goes there. Goes there. And that's done. Right, that's it, guys. Washing's done. The washing's on the line, the dishwashing is done, the boys have been in and out. I'll just leave them in the doggy day room. I should be back, I'm hoping about 8:30, 9:30, hang on, what's the time? 8 o'clock, about 10 o'clock, maybe to 10:30 by the time I get back home. So yeah, it shouldn't be too bad a day. done. Right, I'm going to stop the video now, get myself toggled up to go, and I shall speak to you guys a little bit later on. So have a great morning. I'll load this now before I go, and then I shall speak to you guys when I get home later. Okay, bye-bye.